Hello and welcome to Check Your Connection. It's kind of exciting, this one, because we've actually got someone who is not an adult, who is probably our first under 18 on this show. So yeah, and a long-time buddy that we have. So yes.
Hello, my name is Elliott and I voice the character Bruno from Thomas and Friends of All Engines Go. I'm autistic and I play an autistic character in the programme. And I've won Dimensions Leadership Award in 2022.
Hello, I'm Tracey Garcia. I'm Elliott's mummy or mum, and it's so exciting to be here on this podcast because I also work with Dimensions and I work very closely with Chelsea, who heads these podcasts, and they are amazing.
It's so amazing that my dad won't want to really start listening to podcasts, but a lot of people probably would want to listen to our podcasts. And we talk about a range of subjects. We talk about how we go about in Dimensions. We have our thoughts and opinions. We've done so many different topics, and I try to make sure it's as diverse as possible. So yeah, and I probably have to keep it now PG. The council have decided to do the leaders list as the podcast they would like to do. Coming up later is the download section. And we're going to talk about what the council have been talking about. So the leader list is for people with autism, learning disabilities, people from quite a range of backgrounds and with different abilities to actually get recognised in the public eye, it feels, where they talk about what their achievements have been on local levels to national levels, and really, so that's what we've got. One of the things I like about the leaders list is it also shows us going to national media and being recognised, like in The Guardian, and I think it's Radio 5. Stay tuned, we have an excitement announcement about this year's leader list. I also just want to personally say that I also was nominated but did not win.
So, Elliott, in order for you to be a winner, I had to nominate you. So I sent in a form and I said, let me tell you about my fantastic son, Elliott, who has become the voice.
Bias.
I know, a bit biased. Wow, I was so excited, Chelsea. I was so excited to do it because, you know, at 9 years old, Elliott, you became the autistic voiceover for a character called Bruno, who's also autistic. And you were super happy, and we were so proud and so happy, and lots of people thought, wow, hang on a second, an autistic child voice over for Thomas the Tank? No, Thomas and Friends.
And voicing an autistic character. To voice act or act a character who has the same thing which they have. And I think that's very, very important, because then it's like it gives you a different experience because they have some of those experiences which that character could have.
I actually had to research it at one point where we had to I decided I was going to search up autistic characters, and then eventually I had to put you down on that list. It hasn't gone that far than I would have liked it to go, but yeah, so I did make a whole list of autistic actors playing autistic characters. So quite a while back we actually did a World cup version of autism characters, or what we thought were autistic characters, and we did that, and it's on YouTube, and we got people to try and vote on what was it, Twitter? Yeah, we tried to do it on Twitter.
Why don't we do it again? Like to spread awareness of autism and all that stuff. Yeah, do it, let's say annually or every single 4 years. Let's a bit like a World Cup is.
I think now if we got more people aware, like you could then probably be qualified to do it than we did, because you weren't Bruno the brake car. It's important they're authentic, because it then shows people what it's like from our brains. And my diagnosis doesn't involve dyslexia or dyspraxia or any of those ones, but of course I'm autistic and ADHD, and it just makes it more relatable, some of these characters, when you've seen them around. When I found out oh yeah, Elliott, hand up.
Sorry to interrupt, but I would just like to add, it also makes you aware that people who have the same condition as this character which they're portraying, it's like they are able to do what anyone else can. And
yeah, I know it's quite a while back, but I remember seeing Percy Jackson, and I think the character was dyslexic, and when I watched that and heard about it being the character being dyslexic, I was like, oh, that reminds me of so and so who's dyslexic.
have you seen, and this is a bit different to what we were just talking about, but have you seen, like, is it Tom Jessup goes to Hollywood for, like, it's like a little clip. Excuse me.
Is he an actor?
I think he is an actor, and he has Down syndrome, and he goes to Hollywood. I think it's for children in need, or Red Nose Day, and it's on BBC iPlayer, and it just kind of surprised me that was on there, because you don't see that a lot on the BBC, and it really did. And I don't know how old it is, but I think it's quite new. Yeah. New, and I thought to myself, well done, BBC. You know, you're spreading the message about Down syndrome and other I hate this word, disabilities, but then I guess it's different abilities.
Our download section is coming up, and we have some big news to tell you. The reason we have the download section is so we can show that we have regular hobbies, interests, and are like other people in the world. Drum roll, please. Well, the exciting news is we are going to be at Cineworld at the O2. And yeah, we're going to get hosted by Mr. Ken Bruce. And it will be in April next year, which will be nice, because hopefully we get to meet lots of famous people, our former leaders, possibly run around on a red carpet, stimming. We don't know. Yeah, I would be like, I follow a few people on LinkedIn, and we've got to get them to come as well.
So it is very, very important to nominate people for leaders list, because like it's just it makes the person who's just nominated feel so special and so loved. But then if they win, even better, and they get a trophy. It's like the best thing ever, and it's just so heartwarming. And yeah, So if you've ever done anything incredible, if you know someone who's done something which you're really, really proud of, you can nominate them for acting, for photography, for just so many things. And even if they're just a really special person to you, you can nominate them. And I think that's what the important thing. You don't have to be a voice actor. You don't have to be an actor. You can be anything, and you can just be an incredible person. And who knows, you may just win.
I think there's lots of different categories, isn't there, Elliott?
So the leaders list is for people with a learning disability or autism, and it's very important for people. And you can have work and education, sports, arts and entertainment, advocacy and the media, and local communities. So just yeah. So yeah. So nominate now.
We know an advocacy group, don't we?
We do.
We do. And what are they called?
The Flamingo Chicks. So shout out to the Flamingo Chicks.
So you want to talk about the fact that you got a role because you have autism, and it was an autistic character.
Thanks a lot,
But haven't you done something else as a voice actor in your own right? What did you do?
So people mostly know me for doing Thomas and Friends and voicing Bruno, but I have also done an advert for a book called Tom Gates by Les Pichon, and it was a very nice day, and I totally recommend reading them. It's a bit like Horrid Henry, but like better, and not as annoying, and it's just absolutely incredible, and I definitely recommend it. So Tom Gates 5-star stories are out now.
And now we are going to talk about the Dimensions Council updates. We had the updates, we had the tenants update. We talked to Mark Brooks about the campaign for No Time for Hate Crime. We also talked to Noah and about the money in Dimensions and how it is spent, and IT systems, and we also talked about the cost of living, housing and staying safe. We also talked about what we talk in the podcast, which actually does come in pretty useful. So yeah, that we've did our lone working as well, talked about that and how our support matters. Oh yeah, we had a sort of meet up online the other day, didn't we, Tracey, where there was a quiz and stuff, which you also joined in because of course you're part of our involvement in the engagement team, so you just get to see everyone around.
I do. It's wonderful. Yeah. It's a wonderful part of watching and listening as people talk away so freely in council meetings and our get-togethers is wonderful. And it just it's important that I talk to Elliott about the kind of things that happen at Dimensions and the chance to speak up for yourselves and the chance to influence different things. It's really important, which is why it's so exciting that you're on this podcast today.
I actually think, Elliott, that we should have more input from younger voices like yourself going through the whole of Dimensions, and really I hope that more staff that have and our supported colleagues actually talk to their children who have neurodiversities and learning disabilities, what we actually do, and then inspire them. That's what I really hope for.
I cannot agree more.
Sorry?
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah. If it was up to me, Elliott, I would want a little club where you get all the children that have that are under 18 and get them together and have like a mini council, like something like that, where you all have that and you talk and inspire and like influence the next, the adults.
The kids council.
Yeah, that would be
Yeah.
fun.
That is catchy. We nominate. I would. Yeah. That's a really good idea. Could you ask the person who's in charge for that?
I will. Well, do a shout out now. Say, hey Rachel, how about it?
Hey Rachel, how about it? I don't know.
Kids Council.
Kids Council.
Now we move on to the download section, and of course that's our interest.
I'm quite into music, so like, I'm a massive fan of like heavy metal from like the 90s. 90s it just helps me whenever I'm feeling like I need to move quick, or like it just makes me feel really happy. And for some reason, heavy metal makes me feel calm in a way, which is quite weird, but trust me, the bass is so important.
Who have you been listening to then?
I really like Jimi Hendrix, because I feel like they're kind of soft. It's a bit soft like that. Really like it. Metallica, Megadeth, Pearl Jam, Nirvana. Only some songs because it's a bit out there. But I mean Pearl Jam's great. But I love the White Stripes. But like I'm really interested. What music do you like, Chelsea?
Well, if I had to get if I had it my way in the house, I would be putting on the Kerrang TV sort of thing, because there's that site. But you're under teenagers, so maybe not watch that. But yeah, I do sort of like, as Dad said, I kind of like a bit of surf punk. So I do like a little bit of the poppy punk sort of thing. Like I did like a little bit of Avril and stuff like that, which is why one of my characters is called Avril. Yeah, Avril Lavigne.
Do you
And
like
then-
really like? Is it energetic?
Yeah, I kind of like energetic ones, but yeah, not very like when they do the roaring and the ones where you don't know what they're saying. But yeah.
How about
I'm not keen on
how
those
about
either.
like no speaking? Like it's all quite electronic. There's this video game style, and like if you're gaming, it's really good. Basically, dance music.
I've only recently finished, well, last night when I was staying up late watching it, What We Do in the Shadows. So that was interesting. It's quite grown up, and it's got a lot of sweary and rude stuff, but it's got loads of, basically it's got 4 vampires living in a house, and they are, yeah, so that's what I recently watched. Well, I've got a little bit into online learning, and I've been doing a bit of online courses. So yeah, the recent one I've done is which brings us back to TVs and films and stuff, is I found out there's this method called the Save the Cat method, where it's a 15-step thing where it tells you like the setup, the opening imaging, the final image, the conflict. I'm doing it all in the wrong order, so 15, which is very unorganized. And it does that, and I've like gone, oh, that's the final, that's the like dark night of the soul. And it's kind of funny sometimes, because you look at I've seen the graph of it and I did not understand it, and now I like learn about it properly. I'm like, oh, okay. And I've actually seen an example of someone doing what was it, Thriller, like how the 15 steps can be in a few minute video, and Take On Me as well. I sort of want to learn about structure writing, because I think I just write, do the distractive disorganized thing with a bit of thing, and I'm like there going, how do I actually make it work?
So you really like to do writing at school, don't you?
Yeah, I love writing. It's like you can open your world to different stuff, and I especially like almost writing scripts for stuff. At the moment, I'm still learning how, because like we tried to do a comedy thing for like a school talent show, and that went so wrong. I'm more into drama scripts.
What have you been up to?
Well, to distract myself from having a wonderful son who's very, very wonderful and brilliant, on a Tuesday I go out and I do sewing. So I am learning how to sew. So I've made 2 dresses, 2 pairs of trousers. I didn't make this.
Oh.
What else? I've made cushions. I've made bedding for the dogs. So I've distracted myself by learning something new. Even though I'm much older now, I've realised I can learn something new, and I love making things.
So if you have anything you want to say, add, suggest, anything, or you just want to add your fan mail to Elliott, you can go to Dimensions Council at dimensions-uk.org. Literally give us anything. We're desperate here. We want loads of suggestions. We want the council to not even know what to start off with. We suggest, comment on the YouTube channel, anything. And I would like to ask my guests, Tracey and Elliott, how have you found it?
We found it lovely. It's been incredible chatting to you. Isn't that right?
That's right. It's been wonderful chatting to you, Chelsea.
Thank you so much for having us on your podcast. And we'll make sure to watch this episode or listen to it. Can I say as my message, never give up. Never give up on your dream, and always try your hardest, because that's cute. Because it's always really important, and it will always pay off. Thank you so much for having us.
You're welcome.
Bye! What did it feel like when you were invited in?
I was very, very excited, because like it's not every day which you get to be on an amazing podcast with an absolute superstar.
I know they're talking about Michelle. It can't be me.
Definitely Chelsea, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. We're big fans, aren't we, Elliott?
We're massive fans.
We are.